I was saved by God to make America great again. We will not forget our country. We will not forget our Constitution. And we will not forget our God. I was saved by God to make America great again. I will not forget our Constitution. To make America great again. Forget our God. Revolution of common sense. It's all about common sense. Revolution of common sense. The golden age of America begins right now. They don't have a home any longer. That's interesting. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and his honor, this will be a great honor. The envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of, and carries our flag into new words. You'll be able to buy, and we will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars, launching American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars. The stars and stripes on the planet Mars. I stand before you now as proof that you should never believe that something is impossible to do. We will be a nation like no other, full of compassion, courage, and exceptionalism. Common sense. Our power will stop wars, stop and bring a new spirit to a world that is angry, violent, and totally unpredictable. America will be respected again, admired again, including by people of religion, faith, and goodwill. They don't have a home any longer. That's interesting. Revolution of common sense. All of this will change starting today, and it will change very quickly. And I've learned a lot along the way. Above all, my message to Americans today is that it is time for us to once again act with courage, vigor, and the vitality of history's greatest civilization. Revolution. As Commander-in-Chief, I have no higher responsibility than to defend our country from threats and invasions, and that is exactly what I am going to do. In other words, you'll be able to buy the car of your choice. It will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female. Revolution of we are common establishing sense. The all about common External sense. Revenue Service. Common sense. To collect all tariffs, common duties, and revenues. It will be massive amounts of money pouring into our treasury, coming from foreign sources. The American dream will soon be back and thriving like never before. And by invoking the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, plant the stars I will direct our government to use Mars. The full and immense power of federal and state law enforcement to eliminate the presence of all foreign gangs Mars. And criminal networks, bringing devastating crime to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars, our cities and inner cities. All about common sense. To the black and Hispanic communities, I want to thank you for the tremendous outpouring of love and trust that you have shown me with your vote. The golden age of America begins right now, is now returning to America. The words you'll be able to buy the car of your choice like never before. And I will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country. And I will sign an order to stop our warriors from being subjected to radical political theories and social experiments while on duty. It's going to end immediately. It's all about common sense. Our armed forces will be freed to focus on their sole mission, defeating America's enemies. The golden age of America will measure our success not only by the battles we win, but also by the wars that we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into. My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker. And I've learned a lot along the way. There's a radical and corrupt establishment has extracted power and wealth from our citizens while the pillars of our society lay broken and seemingly in complete disrepair. We now have a government that cannot manage even a simple crisis at home, while at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad. It fails to protect our magnificent, law-abiding American citizens.
All about common sense.
Provides sanctuary and protection for dangerous criminals, many from prisons and mental institutions.
All about common sense.
That have illegally entered our country from all over the world. The envy of every nation. We have a government that has given unlimited funding to the defense of foreign borders. The golden age of America begins right now. American borders, or more importantly, its own people. Learned a lot along the way. Fires still tragically burn. From weeks ago, without even a token of defense, they're raging through the houses and communities, even affecting some of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in our country, some of whom are sitting here
Plant
right
the
now.
stars and stripes on the planet
And we have
Marz.
an education system that teaches our children to be ashamed of themselves in many cases, to hate our country despite the love that we try so desperately to provide to them. And all of these many betrayals that have taken place, and to give the people back their
Plant
faith,
the stars
their
and
wealth,
stripes
their
on the planet
democracy,
Marz.
and indeed their freedom. Our liberties and our nation's glorious destiny will no longer be denied, and we will immediately restore the integrity, competency, and loyalty. It is my hope that our recent presidential
Plant the
election
stars
will
and
be
stripes
remembered as
on the
the
planet
greatest and most
Marz.
consequential election in the history of our country. As our victory showed, the entire nation is rapidly unifying behind our agenda with dramatic increases in support from virtually every element of our society, young and old, men and women, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, urban, suburban, rural, and very importantly, we had a powerful win in all 7 swing
Plant the
states.
stars and stripes
the popular
on the planet
vote we won
Marz.
by millions. Never again will the immense power of the state be weaponized to persecute political opponents.
Plant the stars
In
and
other words,
stripes
you'll be
on
able
the planet
to
Marz.
buy the car of your choice. And we are going to bring law and order back to our cities. This week, I will also end the government policy of trying to
Plant the stars
socially
and
engineer
stripes
race
on the
and
planet
gender
Marz.
into every aspect of public and private life. Revolution of common sense.
All about common sense.
We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. In other words, you'll be able to buy the car of your choice. But as you see today, here I am, the American people have spoken. Common sense. America will reclaim its rightful place as the greatest, most powerful, most respected nation on earth, inspiring the awe and admiration of the entire world. A short time from now, we are going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and we will restore the name of the Gulf of America of a great president. William McKinley to Mount McKinley, where it should be and where it belongs. They were farmers and soldiers, cowboys, factory workers, steel workers, and coal miners. They were farmers and soldiers, cowboys, and factory workers, steel workers, and coal miners. They were farmers and soldiers, cowboys, and factory workers, steel workers, and coal miners, revolution officers, and pioneers.
Plant the stars and stripes on the planet
and let no
Marz.
obstacle defeat their spirit or their pride. I was saved by God. Together they laid down the railroad, great again, raised up the skyscrapers, built great highways,
Plant the
won
stars
2
and
world
stripes
wars,
on the
defeated
planet
fascism
Marz.
and communism, and triumphed over every single challenge. I was saved by God to make America great again. Through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. Common sense. With your help,
All
we
about
will
common
restore
sense.
America, promise, and we will rebuild the nation that we love, and we love
Plant
it
the
so much.
stars and stripes on
We're
the
one
planet
people, one
Marz.
family, and one glorious nation under God. I was saved by
wealthiest
God,
and
the most powerful individuals in our country, some of whom are sitting here right now, bringing devastating crime to U.S. soil, including our cities and inner cities. That there are only 2 genders, male and female. As Commander-in-Chief, I have no higher responsibility than to defend our country from threats and invasions. My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker and a unifier. The United States, I mean, think of this, spent more money than ever spent on a project before and lost 38,000 lives in the building of the Panama Canal. We have been treated very badly from this gift that should have never been made. And Panama's promise to us has been broken. The purpose of our deal and the spirit of our treaty has been totally violated. American ships are being severely overcharged and not treated fairly in any way, shape, or form, and that
Plant the Stars and Stripes on the planet
and above all,
Marz.
China is operating the Panama Canal, and we didn't give it to China, we gave it to Panama. We didn't give it to China, we gave it to Panama. We didn't give it to China, we gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker and a unifier. Drill, baby, drill, baby, drill, baby, drill. President McKinley
Marz
made our country very rich through tariffs and through talent. He was a natural businessman. America will be a manufacturing nation once again, and we have something that no other manufacturing nation will ever have, the largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we are going to use it. We will be a rich nation again, and it is that liquid gold under our feet that will help to do America will be a manufacturing nation once again. The golden age of America begins right now. No other manufacturing nation will ever have the largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we are going to use it. Will be the envy of every nation. In other words, you'll be able to buy the car of your choice. That there are only two genders, male and female. Vice President Vance, that there are only two genders, male and female. Chief Justice Roberts, that there are only two genders, of the male and female. United States Supreme Court, that there are only two genders, male and female. President Obama, that there are only two genders, male and female. Young and old, men and women, that there
African
are only
Americans,
two genders,
Hispanic Americans,
male
Asian
and
Americans,
female. Urban, suburban, rural, explorers, builders, innovators, entrepreneurs, and pioneers. That there
Farmers
are
and
only
soldiers,
two genders,
cowboys and factory
male
workers,
and
steel
female.
workers
And coal miners, police officers, and pioneers will be the envy of every nation. In other words, you'll be able to buy the car of your choice. That there are only be the envy of every nation. Male, you'll be able to buy the car of your choice. That there are only two genders, male and female. Vice President Vance, Senator Johnson, Senator Justice Roberts, Supreme Chief Justice Roberts of the President Justices, United States Supreme Court, United States Supreme Court, President Biden, President Clinton, President Obama, President Obama, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian President Harris, young and old, men and women, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian and soldiers, cowboys, suburban, rural, explorers, builders, coal miners, entrepreneurs, and pioneers, farmers and soldiers, cowboys, factory workers, steel workers, and coal miners. The envy of every nation, pioneers, pushed onward, marched forward. Only two genders. The golden age of America begins right now. As Commander-in-Chief, I have no higher responsibility than to defend our country from threats. Commander-in-Chief, I have no higher responsibility than to defend our country from threats and invasions. And that is exactly what I am going to do. In other words, you'll be able to buy the car of your choice. Ambition is the lifeblood of a great nation. Right now, our nation is more ambitious than any other nation like our nation. Americans are explorers, innovators, entrepreneurs, and pioneers. The spirit of the frontier is written into our hearts. The call of the great adventure resounds from within our souls. Our American ancestors turned a colony on the edge of a vast continent into a mighty republic of the most citizens of America. No one comes close. Americans push thousands of miles through a rugged land. Is the lifeblood of a great nation. The golden age of America begins right now. Untold dangers. When the Wild West ended slavery, only two genders, male and female, from poverty, harnessed electricity, split the atom. The golden age of America begins right now. Our hearts and the universe, next great adventure, palm, down hand. From within our soul, work together, there is nothing we cannot do, ancestry we cannot achieve. All about common sense. A vast continent into a mighty republic. The envy of every nation. The golden age of America begins right now. Americans push thousands of miles through a rugged land of untamed wilderness. And I've learned a lot along the way. Mountains, braved untold dangers. Won the Wild West. The golden age of America begins right now. All about common sense. Lifted billions from poverty, harnessed electricity. The envy of every nation. Launched mankind into the heavens. And the golden age of America begins right now. Of the human hand. If we work together, there's learned a lot along the way, and no dream we cannot achieve to new and beautiful horizons. And we will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars, launching American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars. There are only two genders, male and female. Revolution of common sense. The golden age of America begins right now. So as we liberate our nation, we will lead it to new heights of victory and success. We will not be deterred. Together we will end chronic disease epidemic. Keep our children safe, healthy, disease-free. The envy of every nation. United States once again consider itself a growing nation. One that the golden age of America begins right now. Expands our territory, our cities, raises our expectations. Learned a lot along the way into new and beautiful horizons. And we will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars, launching American astronauts to plant the stars on the planet Mars. On the planet Mars. After years and years of illegal and unconstitutional federal efforts to restrict free envy of every nation, after years and years of illegal and unconstitutional federal golden age of America begins right now. I will also sign an executive order to immediately stop all government censorship and bring back free speech to America. Be weaponized to persecute political opponents. In other words, you'll be able to buy the coalition of American patriots. We will be working to meet every crisis with dignity and power and strength. Each day under our administration and speed to bring back hope, prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race. Each day under our administration of American citizens, we will be working to meet every crisis with dignity and power Liberation Day. Religion, we will move with purpose and speed to bring back American citizens, prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race, religion, Day, color, the stars and stripes on the American citizens. January 20th, 2025 is Liberation Day. The golden age of America begins right now. We will not forget our country. America great again. We will not forget our Constitution, and we will not forget our God.